Hey YouTube, MrRampro here, and I wanted to do a video really quick on this Buck Strider collaboration that I picked up while I'm finishing off this Corona here. And this one's actually been modified. You know, normally they come with the FRN or the plastic handles. This one's been modified by MrRampro. I don't know too much about them. I just know that they seem to be more into pimping buck knives and stuff like that, and you can buy their stuff off the internet. You can go to their website, and you can also see them on eBay. And I'll write their name down in the link or something. If not, it's MrRampro, like the Prague country or whatever it is, and then just E in front of it. Kind of weird. Don't know too much about them, but I do know they made a pretty sweet knife here, or modified a pretty sweet knife. The blade's the 420 steel, I believe. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but really nice and smooth. I've had this thing for 2 or 3 weeks. It's been, as soon as I got it, it was my primary EDC blade, because I have not had a Strider yet, and I wanted to get one, but I wanted to kind of break into it easy. I was just, you know, it was one of those things, kind of like the Sabenzas, where I got a couple of Sabenzas, and oddly enough, I've actually gotten rid of both of my Sabenzas, and I'm looking for another one now. So got rid of the small and the big one. I don't think I ever even did a video on the large 21, but either way, hopefully I'll be getting another one soon. It's just one of those things. I didn't really use it. I didn't feel like I needed it. You know, I kind of went through this, oh, I want to save money kind of thing, and then I just, okay, screw it. I need freaking knives, and I need certain ones, so whatever. But you guys are all bit by the bug. If you're watching this, you're into knives, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. On this particular one, you can see that if you're not familiar with it, I believe it's SBMF or something like that is the model number for this, for Strider Buck, and then MF, whatever that means. But this is kind of comparable to the SNG in blade shape, and I think grind on some of them as well. You do have the thumb stud you can open it with, or the opening hole, and I do use both. I don't know, I mean, it really doesn't matter, but I really prefer this method, and just putting the middle finger in the back. That's how I open my paramilitary too. Also, I saw somebody's video on it, and after I started doing it that way, I just fell in love with it. Nice and fast, easy to do. They put titanium liners in here to take place of the original. I don't know much about the original knife at all. Honestly, I've done no homework on it, and I don't really care. I really just got this one because I wanted something to use every day and not worry about it, see if I liked the pattern and stuff like that, and if I really liked it, then I could look at getting an SMF. So I was really excited about it, and also wanted to have it to the collection because, now not like this is going to be an ongoing thing where I'm going to get every, you know, Strider collaboration or anything, but I had the Zero Tolerance 301, and I was pretty excited about it. I was like, man, that is such a huge freaking knife. You know, honestly, I didn't realize this was as big as what it was till I got it. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to have both of them, just for some reason. Don't know why. Just did. But I really wanted to just show this thing off. I have not sharpened it at all, and it really stays pretty sharp. I like the wide blade. Makes it pretty easy for doing like lunch tasks and food prep and stuff like that. The carbon fiber here is really smooth, really nice. Adds a lot of class to it. There's blue hardware here for the standoffs, really nice to clean out, and honestly I kind of liked this feature of it better than a regular Strider. I liked having, you know, the flow-through design. I love that, just ease of clean, because I wash my knives off in the sink just like they're dishes. I've ran them through the dishwasher before, especially something like this H1 steel from Spyderco. I think this is the Assault 1, but this thing here, I'm just throwing in the dishwasher when I'm done using it, you know, being out on the boat and everything like that. And I've done that with numerous knives. Just, you know, wash them off in the sink with everything else. When I'm done, just re-oil them, sharpen them, call them good, you know. But I really like using them, and not abusing them too much, but doing whatever I want with my knives, so that's pretty cool. Well, this is more just a rambling nonsense video, no rhyme or reason. I am kind of getting used to the pattern. I do like it. I like kind of choking up on it. Overall, I think it's a pretty good buy. I think this was early 200s as far as the price goes, so it really wasn't that bad. I'm seeing the regular ones going for, you know, 150, 160 bucks. So you add this to it, you know, 215, 220, whatever it was that I ended up paying for this thing, and I think it's, it's justifiable to a degree, not too bad. And it kind of lets me get into that knife with a little touch of class to it too, without spending, the $400 to $500 right off the bat. I'm kind of slowly getting into it. The majority of my knives now are kind of in the $200 range, and it's not like you graduate and slowly go up, but I do find that as I go up, that some of the quality is a little bit better in certain areas, and some of the things are just a little bit better than I ever really thought of. And I've kind of been at this $200 knife range for a while, and I've actually got some other stuff in the works, so I don't want to spoil anything, but I do have some customs kind of in the works and everything like that too. And everybody knows those waiting lists can be a pain in the tail, so I've got some stuff coming on that front, and I'll show you when that shows up. And other than that, I guess it's kind of like an update video too. Didn't really mean it to be that way, but I really like it nice and smooth. I mean, this thing is freaking lightning smooth. And I washed it off this morning, actually. I had to go to work today, and I washed it off before I left in the sink. Didn't add any oil or anything to it, and I think I added some 3-in-1 on the pivot maybe a week ago, but just really, overall, really nice. As far as eProg's deal on the pimping it, first I thought that this blade was off-centered. This is just a side note here. I thought the blade was off-centered, but when I started looking at it, it is off-centered. But there's a larger washer here, and I would assume, they would have to do it on purpose to accommodate some kind of lockup or the liner lock here, something like that. So I just accepted that. I do know that, if I'm not mistaken, this was a used blade, of course, an older blade when they got it, and I think they did some, I don't know what they did to kind of refurb the blade, but in certain areas, you can see right here with my pinky nail, and right here on the thumb stud, the finish is worn insanely fast. And I mean, yeah, I've carried it for a week or two, and I've used it, but I mean, it's really, really worn there a lot faster than any other places. And I think this one happened. I wiped it off with a rag, like the first time I wiped it off, and all of a sudden, boom, this corner was shiny. I was like, that's really weird. So I'll probably have to send this out and get stone washed or something like that, just kind of clean it up, make it look really nice. If I decide to get rid of it, I'd like to keep it and just kind of have it as a nice user. I think it fits that bill really well. Something I don't have to worry about terribly, The price to me was a good point to use and not worry about. I think I'm at that point where I can use a $200 to $250 knife and not get insanely upset, if something happens. Not quite to the point of, I couldn't use my Sabenzas too much. I mean, I did use the large one quite a bit, but and I am looking for another, so I guess that ramble doesn't make any sense. I just noticed this hardware too. Everything was perfectly black when I got it. Sorry, not even in frame, but this hardware too is rubbed off. So I mean, maybe just the finish from Buck originally was crap. I really don't know. But overall, a fun little EDC knife for sure, and it lets you get into that strider shape and that strider idea, and if you even would like it, I mean, I would hate to have spent $500 and decide that this handle is completely freaking retarded and I hate it. I would really hate that. So now that I got it, I'm glad that I like the pattern. I really do, and I think that it would be something that could grow in my collection, as time goes. So, anyways. Getting attacked by bees out here. Other than that, there's nothing. I did put a lanyard in here for a little while. I ran the lanyard over the standoff versus through the hole, and that seemed to work. I actually took it off because I had to be in slacks, and I untied the lanyard just for that reason, because I didn't want it sticking out and just having this neon blue paracord lanyard sticking out the back, so I kind of took it off for that purpose, but I might put it back. It does help with the deployment. This is a really tight pocket clip, so having that lanyard does help. There's a lot of good attention to detail on the carbon fiber and stuff like that. I just searched eBay, actually I did last night, and there were still 2 eProg, Buck Striders on there, and I think they were a little bit steeper. I think they were like, $250 or something like that. One had a Damascus blade, but which is pretty cool. I think those were buy it nows. This was an auction, so I got it, a little cheaper. Sometimes you can luck out like that. But overall, I will do another video on it, talking about the collaborations and stuff like that, maybe in more detail, with a little more homework done. But right now, this is really just an intro to my new EDC knife. really liking it so far, and we'll see how the old, the full-on Strider thing works out. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a good day.